Hello, my name is Gilbert Soba, author of Black Norwegian. I'm reporting right here live in Oslo from Jidinja's channel. The whole thing we're going to be talking about the civil rights and of course black lives, as we've seen demonstration worldwide because of the death of George Floyd. So basically in our community we are thinking like the whole thing about killing of George Floyd is not pretty new. And we want to really take this opportunity we want to seize this opportunity to actually tell the entire world that those who created the problem about racism should be able to take initiative to dismantle racism, because Black Lives Matter, we're only gonna present the situation, that those who created the problem should be part of the solution. Those who created racism, right? So we are very aware. We want to make the whole entire world to be aware that George Floyd is not the first situation. Martin Luther King was out for love and peace. I have a dream, and still they kill him, they lynch him. And this kind of lynching continues today. So George Floyd was a landmark that has put a statement in the world that it's about time that we all unite against racism, dismantle it all together, and put an end to it. So we really hope that our white friends in the Western Hemisphere can sympathize with us, because not every white is a racist. And of course, silence is violence. So if you disagree with racism, you have to join. You have to contribute both ethically to denounce racism. It is destructive, and we are all struggling today because of this whole racism thing.
So can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do and your career and your background?
Right. First and foremost, thanks for that question and bringing me here, brother. I'm an African. Yes, I am an African. By birth, by nature, by every possible means. Okay. I'm an activist who is fully engaged in seeing that, like, to emancipate our people, to spread the message that is needed for us to be totally free, both mentally, physically, spiritually, economically.
Is that why you wrote your book? Is that what you thought when you wrote your book? That
Yes.
you're gonna
Black Norwegian.
free the people? Because I remember I read your book, and it's very interesting because it's Black Norwegian, and you are also based in Norway as well. So you can talk to the people that are black and that lives in Norway.
Yeah, I talk to all kinds of people. The thing is that I address mostly the black population, and of course, since we coexist, our white friends, our white brothers and sisters should also be able to understand the message that we want to have our freedom, not just an empty freedom, but freedom that involves economic prosperity. Yeah, because each time they say everybody is free, but they
really
contradict the freedom. It's not real. It's not real freedom. Because they give us freedom without economic prosperity, just like they gave us independence without economic prosperity, which means the knee is on our neck, both economically, both on our health. So this is the message, what is inspiring me to write and to be here in your channel. Thanks to you.
Yeah, because you were talking about your life and the way you were going through South Africa to Norway and your journey there, and what you saw in South Africa that make you tough. You know what you went through there with the white neighborhoods and with your wife and your kids, and you have seen, like, you have been building yourself up, and still it doesn't work. They're still trying to throw you out of the neighborhoods. They're still trying to make you look bad. Cops still harassing you, coming inside your home, just looking at you mysterious, even though you have no criminal background.
No,
you're doing
this is
well.
Yes.
You have a good education, you have a good job, but since you're black, they're just gonna look at you.
Yes, because I think basically what is happening here with all the things you've already said, I don't need to repeat it. It is happening to all of us, but I will use myself as an example. Somebody needs to go out there and speak. I will use you as an example because we are here addressing the issue. I don't know what they're scared of. And sometimes we think it's because of all the bad things they've done to us. That makes them that when they see a black brother coming, they will rather cross the street to be killed by a car just because a black brother is coming or a black sister, right? At the same time, I'm still like, I can explain to you. Some Europeans will swim with a shark, play with lions, and when a black man comes, they are scared of you like you're more like a lethal weapon. This is quite sickening. It's very controversial. You know what I'm talking about. Some of you out there will understand that you swim with lions, you play with lions.
Even black people don't do that.
And we don't do that. You play with guns, and when we walk on the street with our children, you cross the street to leave us alone. That's the only time you leave us alone, when you want to humiliate us. So
it's like you straight on the point, and it's very interesting. It's controversial, and that's why like we are just as human beings as them. You know, I mean, we are not trying to discriminate anybody. We are not trying to put somebody in a shame. We're just trying to speak up our mind and
but
like how we feel about it.
But each time we speak about this, they call us aggressive because they've constitutionalized, they've kind of institutionalized how they can escape from us, questioning them. You understand? Each time we want to bring up our situation, our conditions, which they created, is man-made. They'll call us aggressive. Can you imagine, like, even you have a white wife or white girlfriend? They call police on you. They call police on you. And if you have the sisters, I've spoken to sisters around Europe, they have a white man. As soon as things are not going right anymore, they call police on them. And then they use finances to crucify their African men whom they have children with. And when they go to court as well, the court still favor the white person, which means they've systematically enslaved that child from that beautiful black man or that beautiful black man. So they've created this condition already, destroying the seeds, killing the seeds before they grow. So this thing is very systematic, that we are actually sitting here to expose it. That you should know, that we know. What you don't know, that we know. This is English.
You should definitely like read this book, you know what I mean? It's called The Black Norwegian by Gilbert Soba.
The Black Norwegian.
It's in English and it can appeal to any black person. It's a book with a long journey. It's really adventureful journey.
And liberating too.
Liberating, and then you will kind of understand the background of this African lion, this African prince, Cameroonian African prince, Gilbert Soba.
Yep.
So it's like, you know, because when I read the book, I was like, man, that's a really journey, and you have a lot of like so many experience from so many different places.
Yes.
And then you can like put pieces together and like understand like.
Yeah, bro. Actually, not to cut you short, we are royals, and royals' voice have to be heard. We are royals that are not just royals. We have a clear record, which is holistic, right? When I mean royal, I'm being holistic. I'm not talking about churches. I'm talking about the fact that we as royals, offspring and descendants, we have no record of going to places, bombing the people, raping the people, discriminating them, killing their children. So we are the real royals. We don't need to even advertise it. Our oppressors know why they do what they do.
And you know, they come to our continent and they take advantage of our resources and and our people. That's like what some of the elites does, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And you know, we can pretend that we're ignorant in that case, but how do you think the West get their wealth from? You know what I mean? It's like
this wealth that you're talking about, if you look at the paving of England with bronze and all that, you look all over the Western Hemisphere, all these things came from the back of Africans, the hard labor. Do you know actually some tourists, when they go with their beautiful, they take their beautiful trips to Africa, when we sit under trees like this, working on the fields, why do women have their own turn? They film us sitting on trees and come to Europe and say, black men are lazy, they sit under the trees, their women are working. And the question, bro, sorry, you gotta talk, the question is this. How the hell do they get raw materials in Europe if we are so lazy? How the hell do they get the coffee, the cocoa, the petrol, all the raw materials, that the fabrics that they produce their clothing from, the cotton? It's produced by black people. You feel me?
I feel you. I feel definitely.
So we're not going to let you condition us, tell us we are lazy, we are this, just because it suits you. It suits you to discriminate and put us on the sideline.
We're not doing this to nag anybody, to annoy anybody. We're doing this so that people can listen and try to understand and try to find a solution to this problem. Because when we're not getting this economical freedom, it's hard for us to advance. It's hard for us to live life to the fullest. It's hard for us to help our people back in the continent, you know, because if you really want to help us, we need also to be healthy, you know, because not everybody will come here and be like Gilbert Soba, trying to integrate himself into society, try to work, you know, try to say something. I understand that, but at least don't take our freedom away from us.
And we are doing this with love, not with violence, right? This is the freedom of association, the right to express yourself, your pain. And still they got a problem with that. When I met black Norwegian, everybody just thought, oh, it's an angry black man. When sisters want to address themselves, it's an angry sister. They even push our people to start cutting their hair, to not maintain their look, their authentic look, how they are. They even push our women through their discriminative system to ruin their scalp and their hair. You know, they push our people to just buy black dolls. Our children are carrying 2 dolls. You show them the black one and the white one, they will choose the white one. And these are same children whom we mean that it's for their best interest, but we still abuse them by showing them the wrong things that don't represent them.
Yeah, I just think that we have to stop ignoring this, and you know, with the YouTube and the internet and all that kind of stuff, you know, the message can come more and more out. And people can just speak more about it, so that the solution can be done. You know what I mean? So that, because it doesn't help to ignore the problem. You know what I mean? Like, Africa is like one of the richest continent in the world. And one day it's gonna be a really rich place.
It's gonna bounce back.
Yeah, it's gonna bounce back. And
remember, the Bible says, one of the truths that the Bible says, I'm not really a fan to that book, because that's one of the books that have processed to lynch and kill our people. Enslavement passed through the Bible. But anyway, the Bible said to them, as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. We are the beginning, we are the end. You remember when they lynch us, we rise. When we rise economically, they bomb it. When we plant the seed, they bring us fake seeds. When we make our children, they lynch us. And when they lynch us, they are killing your children slowly. See how many black African youths who also have white parents walking in Europe, being called monkeys by their own parents, by their own mother. You know how many white women call their black men monkeys just because they are not more together, and they have children, which means they're insulting this black man. They don't even understand. They're also insulting their black children. So when our children are growing, they're already been insulted verbally by their own same mother who gave birth to them. And we are saying here, we are strong enough to give this message to our children, both Afro-Europeans, both those back at home in Africa, that we are standing strong for you guys. We go through a lot for you guys, including immigrant parents who came either through United Nations quota, refugee parents. Your parents, our parents, they go through a lot just to withstand the oppression of a white man in front of them, brother. The humiliation that they go through, the humiliation which we go through. We can be mad in our parents, but I can tell you they go through a lot. I've experienced that, you have experienced that, they have experienced that, but now we don't want our children to continue to experience what we are going through.
No, we don't want that, and we know that it's different all around the world, but most of the times it's the same cases. You know, because every time we go around the world, they always see that we are black. It doesn't matter how bad we're trying to fit in.
I'm unapologetically black, by the way.
You know what I mean? Even though you're black and you're trying to pretend that you're somebody else, they're going to see at the end of the day, the system in Europe, in the West, going to treat you as a black male, as a black female, and hopefully you not get stereotyped.
Yeah,
But
Donald Trump even said Obama is from Africa. He doesn't have a birth certificate. He wasn't born in the United States. You understand?
Yeah.
So even if you're a qualified black person, they have an issue. I got friends who are doctors. When they sit in the canteen, I got black friends who are doctors here in Norway and in France, England, and other European countries or United States. When a black doctor sits with his colleague in the canteen, the white colleague would just go like this, like, do you have any cocaine to sell?
It's inappropriate. It's like putting you in a place.
Or do you have some ganja? You're asking your colleague who's a black doctor, do you have coke, do you have ganja to sell? Is that respectful?
No, it's not respectful. You stereotype the guy. You know, if just because he's black, you ask him that he has.
And when black sisters are walking on the street in Oslo, somebody's asking them if they are prostitute. Meantime, the sister is going to school or the sister is going to work.
Yeah.
And when the black brother is doing the same, they ask him if you're selling cocaine.
Yeah.
Just to humiliate you, to piss you off, so that when you kick somebody, the police is gonna come and take you and say you're aggressive. So the kind of way to do it is systematic. And we want to say we know that, we know your tricks, we know how you involve our people in crime that doesn't exist.
It's not that we're ignorant of it at all, you know what I mean? But it's not like we say that it's happening everywhere and all the time. But most of the time
it's happening all the way, everywhere.
It's happening in the same way. You know what I mean? It's happening in the same way.
Well, guys, you know, no matter how it happens anyway. If you kill people economically, you're killing their children. If you kill them by lynching them, putting your knee on their neck, you're killing them, you're killing their children. It's another mama's child. It's another mama's son. It's another mama's husband.
It's not like it's helping anybody by making their economical situation bad or not giving somebody a job because they look different, you know, man. It's not really making you a good human being at all.
No.
And it's not really showing that you are better than anybody at all. You know, you're just putting somebody in a place, in some box, and you say, oh, these people are like that, and you just go on with your life. But at the end of the day, that guy could probably be a proficient member of your job.
Yes,
know what
exactly.
I mean?
Productive person.
Productive person.
Yes.
You just wasted him away.
Bro, I also think, like, you know, we have a lot of great European friends. At the same time, they cannot solve this problem. You understand?
But we have to be the solution for our problem most of the time.
That was a good point, my brother. I appreciate it. We have to be the solution for our own problem, right? But at the same time, it's very clever to say that. But at the same time, we want to be left alone by people who don't have to see us excel. We have to do that. But those people who have been selling bombs to our African countries, selling guns, creating wars and conflict among us, they should actually stay out and watch us rise. Because we have proven record that we've been enslaved. We had a black president in America. We've been enslaved. We built our own Wall Street. And the black Wall Street was built in the U.S. Did you know about the Black Wall Street?
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. What happened to it? It was bombed and destroyed by the KKK. Our people started to have their own real estate in the U.S. Why we mention U.S. is because they kind of come out that they're the leaders of the world. That's why I mention it. Otherwise, right here in Africa, we have universities, we have doctors, we have people of all fields. And the message I was thinking is that our people should more work collectively together than working against each other. Black folks work together, not against each other. I don't know if you understand that.
Yeah, we have to stay together, you know what I mean? As a people, we all we got, you know, and there's nobody else that can help us but ourselves. And there's a lot of other people from other nations actually that are actually trying, I'm not saying, and they are actually doing a good job. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we have to actually try to fight for ourselves.
Black folks, build trust among yourselves, build the intercontinental link, build the brotherhood worldwide. As our ancestors have fought for it. Marcus Garvey, you remember Bob Marley, Thomas Sankara, Kwame Nkrumah, Haile Selassie I the First. We have leaders who have actually represented us.
Yeah.
And Lumumba and all of them. And each time our people rise to educate, they get killed, they get lynched. We know our day gonna come, but at least you know that we've said it. We know our day gonna come. They're not gonna let us free, but our children will know that we have sat today and spoken about these things.
Yeah, okay, Gilbert Soba, you know, thank you for your day today at Chidinja Channel, and I appreciate the real talk we had today. I'm not so used to speaking English, so sorry.
You're doing just fine.
I'm messing up sometimes. I really try my best.
Yeah.
But this guy here, he brought a lot of information, he put a lot of pieces together, and definitely you should check out his book. You should definitely check out his website.
Yeah. Yeah. To add up to that, brother, you know, you're doing a good job just for, taking the initiative with your education. You studied film, what was it again?
Film and TV. I have a bachelor in film and TV.
Brother's got a bachelor in film and TV, and this is a way out. We're putting this, we're gonna build this documentary. He's gonna get signature sign on there. I'm gonna get signature sign on there. We wanna encourage our people to read more, get information, process information. I'm working on a new book which is interlinked to our condition. It starts from Africa to the US and the entire Western Hemisphere and back into our motherland. Black folks, we are all over the world. We are very resourceful. Don't let anybody tell you what you're not. For our children growing up in diaspora, we want you to know, try, it's hard, but try to understand the condition of your black father, your black mother, what they are going through in this continent. I know it's hard. In addition to that, we are pleading to our leaders in Africa as well to know that some of the situations you go through, we also understand. You get phone calls from Europe to sell out your people, sell your resources, otherwise they will make a coup against you. We know all those things. But we African people have to create our own way. We open our border, create one army, create one currency, create one passport, create our own stock exchange. I don't understand how people can make prices of things which they don't have. We have the resources. Why are our currencies so weak? Why are our currencies being controlled by France? This is something we gotta ask. We have to build our own universities, educate our own people, our own syllabuses about our culture, our own, creativity, our own product design, things that are proudly African. And that's how we're gonna keep jobs in the African continent, and we will open our doors for our white friends, our kids from the diaspora, we have that education like yourself, to come back and participate. This includes white folks. Yes, this includes white folks to come to us, be like a family, not be like a dictator, somebody who undervalue us. This is the love we want to spread in this discussion.